lot of sense. Not only it's affordable, but the car is not that powerful, which means you can take it to its limits on everyday commute. You don't have to take it to a track day once every blue moon to enjoy it. Let's start it up, take her for a drive and see how it feels, but before we do so, I'd like to give a big shout out to Elite Fine Cars for making this video possible and providing the car, allowing me to film it. I'm gonna leave a link for their website in the description below. Make sure you check it out, get in touch with them. Beautiful and amazing people to work with. Let's get started. Before we go on our ride, let me show you around the car. The one I have is a 2013 Subaru BRZ in white. This is the Sport Tech package. It adds the front fog lights. It comes with the same 17-inch wheels you get with the standard car, but you get this beautiful spoiler at the back, which I think adds a lot of character to the car, as well as some options on the interior. The car has a 2-liter flat engine, or Subaru calls it boxer engine, and this produces 200 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. Not very impressive, but this is not what this car is about. For a car that you might be driving on a day-to-day basis, let's have a look at the boot space. And for a sports car, I think this is fairly spacious. You can easily fit 2 reasonably sized travel bags here. Overall, a car that looks pretty good, doesn't sacrifice practicality, got enough ground clearance for your everyday drive, and a very economical engine. Now let's go for a drive. The car has a proximity key, so you just touch the handle, it opens. And here's the interior. Very good looking steering wheel with the red stitching, also goes on the handbrake and the seats with the suede-like material. At the back there's not much space, pretty much no leg room. You might be able to fit a very tiny person if you move the seats to the front. Now let's jump in. And to start her up, put on the clutch and brakes and start. One of the benefits you get with this flat engine, it's very smooth, very efficient, and I think it sounds pretty good. We are out on the road and first impressions are the manual gearbox on this car is amazing. It's very short, moving between gears is seamless, downshifting is fun, and just don't buy this car in automatic, trust me, you're gonna regret it. The gear ratios are also nicely tuned, you don't need to keep shifting every few seconds. The car has enough breath in every shift and the torque is present all across the RPM. The engine is also naturally aspirated, so you got no turbo lag to worry about. The car handles very good, you can actually feel the size of it, the actual size. It feels tiny around you, it's very contained, holding itself together. Skinny wheels, I know, but the car handles well. Steering is very responsive, has a nice feedback to it as well. And this manual gearbox is just a bliss. So, pure driver's car? Maybe, but certainly not perfect. The ride quality is very bad, just as most Subarus. And I know this is not a luxury car, but in cities where potholes are normal, it's literally a pain in the ass. But if you're lucky enough to live in a place with great roads, it might be tolerable enough for you to have it as your daily driver. But don't get me wrong, there's lots of good things about it. It's fun, small, you can fit 2 1/4 people in it, practical somehow, and best of all, a good looking car. Before we wrap up, let me show you around the interior one more time. Kind of inspired by Lamborghini switches. You got your keyless engine start stop, heated seats controls, and 2 driving modes, traction control on and off, and vehicle stability control / sports, which you use when you take the car to track day in case you want to play around with it and get the rear end out of shape. And the only thing that I'm gonna complain about is those cup holders. They're more like cup trays, not cup holders. That was a very fun experience. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you own one of these cars, whether it's a Subaru, Toyota, or Scion, share your experience and your impressions if you're a new owner. I also wanted to thank Elite Fine Cars again for making the video possible, providing the car, allowing me to take it for a ride and film it. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.